Lance.
Oh.
Who's that?
Lance Armstrong.
Nah, I don't think his image can be repaired.
No.
He cheated, you know?
Well, let me get to the question.
Great.
What do you think his brand was before his situation?
It was unbelievable.
It was
just
just
like-
like road to like get dealt the bad hand and then take what you had.
Yeah.
Just make it
ride
great.
it, you
Just
know?
be amazing.
Cancer survivor, and then just like, was it 5 Tour de France's in a row?
Seven.
Seven.
Like,
Seven, yeah.
It was honestly
Exactly.
unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
It's
just
ridiculous.
one of those great stories, like heartfelt stories.
Just gave those people in a dark place something to look at. And be like,
Yeah,
this
seriously.
is where I can come from while I'm here right now, but look what I can do if I just keep fighting, you know?
I'm still gonna ask a question, although I probably know the answer. Do you still like him?
No.
No. I don't hold him on the same level.
Why? Don't you like
Because
him?
all the success he achieved was not because of him, but because of stuff he took.
Yeah, I mean, with the previous examples we looked at, that was like off the field issues. With this, it's in his sport.
Yeah.
And I mean, did he get all of them taken away? All the.
He did.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Not
excuse me,
that-
no. He got an asterisk by him. He's still the winner,
yeah.
but the medals are gone.
It's just like, it was just.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think there's a big difference, like when you screw up or cheat in your
Like
like.
do blood transfusions, get more oxygen in your blood cells after a race. Like
Yeah, in
Yeah,
your
real.
sport than like off the field stuff.
Also, with the other issues too, is like, obviously they're like all wrong, but like there were moral issues rather than like definitely like cheating in your sport issues. So, like you could do something wrong,
and how
but if you're on the field, you're still like great. For the
Yeah.
court, you're still great.
Yeah.
People are still gonna like you because like you're doing well for your team.
Mm-hmm.
But this kind of like you're just straight up like,
and he
cheating. You know?
destroyed some of his teammates' careers. He destroyed people's careers because like he was like, I'm doing this, like y'all have to do this or whatever. And if they disagree, like he would just tarnish them because he was so big at the time. He could just bury them. Like that's just another thing.
So you say he pretty much bullied them into doing the same thing he was doing?
Like I read something and I actually had a discussion about him before in like a class, and people came out and was like, they're no longer like bikers at the elite level because he was doing what he's doing. Like they did not condone it, so since they didn't condone it or anything, he just buried them and like got them off the team and everything. So I like
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
we had this whole like huge thing on it at my old school for a program.
With him, he Lance they manufactured when he affiliated with Nike, and they did the Live Strong Nike bands. They made roughly $87 million. Now that all went to cancer. Now, I'm not going to say that it is worth saying he should get a pass, but for the good that he did with the brand, would you say that he should get some sort of empathy?
Honestly, I never thought about it like that, and that is a really good point.
But
It's just something to
Definitely.
That goes along with like, do the ends justify the means though? So like, of course he accomplished all this, but like the stuff that he did in order to get all that accomplished, it's kind of hard. It's a touchy subject to kind of feed around.
Anything?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never like thought.
He made he made a lot. I mean, this is the
So
thing.
much good.
So if you go onto the Live Strong website now, his name is no longer affiliated.
Mm-hmm.
But in the history of when they talk about us, you know, like when they describe the organization, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's still in there.
Yeah.
He still is somebody who he did create the affiliation behind it. With Lance as well, it didn't take. I mean, he was accused for some time actually for being into doping. It took until 2012 for him to actually admit to doping. Okay, he's been on shows with Oprah. He's been on all these different shows speaking about what he did and everything. Do you really look at that as kind of? Is that admirable? Is that something? I mean, what is it? Is that worth you at least giving him not a pass, but is that worth? Does it make it a little bit easier for you to accept him as for what he did as an athlete?
I mean, yeah, anyone could be on the elite level is gonna try to do something, you know, to get an advantage. You know, so I guess he was just so caught up in it that he felt that was what he had to do to win. You know, he just had that competitive drive. He just wouldn't let anyone beat him. You know, he didn't even let cancer beat him. You know, so he just had that drive of I gotta win. I gotta do this. So.
I think it's good that he went out and like addressed it himself though on those live talk television shows because like that's like the first step in order to get people to forget it or like give them a pass for it. Is to admit like I messed up, like I did this. The one part that I don't like is that it took him so long to admit it. He tried to hide it for so long before he came out and admitted it.
So let's just add everything together here. With Tiger Woods, when he had came out with, when everything was out there and we were all kind of waiting for him to come out with a public statement. Nobody could ask any questions. He came out, a few pictures, obviously, tons of pictures. He had a very controlled, this, you know, I never got into detail about it. Lance Armstrong has been extremely open about his situation. Extremely open. Is there some level of because of the honesty behind it, do you look at Lance is a little bit different than Tiger's?
Yeah, because by coming out and saying what happened, why he did it, you know, people kind of give you some sympathy at a point. Like they have something to fall back on and say, oh, but you know, he was going through this or he was going through that, you know. Whereas as Tiger, you're in the dark. You're like, oh, he's just a scummy guy. You don't have any statements about him saying, I'm just like,